Today on Public Eye News, authorities announce a chickenpox case in the NMU community, and later Attorney General Dana Nessel warns of a data breach affecting healthcare customers in northern Michigan.
Elijah Anger will have your weather forecast for the next couple days. Later, Spencer Schnartz will bring you today's sports breakdown. I'm Dylan Dubé.
And I'm Summer Sterrett. This is Public Eye News. A member of the NMU community has recently been diagnosed with varicella, or better known as chickenpox. Chickenpox is a highly contagious and spreadable in persons without a vaccine. It can be contracted through personal contact or airborne particles that stem from the infected person's cough or sneeze. The virus causes the person to develop symptoms such as blister-like rashes, itchiness, tiredness, and fever. These symptoms can last anywhere between 4 to 6 days. If you have contracted chickenpox, you are advised to avoid contact with others. Check your local care provider to review the status of your last varicella vaccine. The vaccine is highly encouraged for children, adolescents, and those without the immunity to chickenpox. Vaccines are available at the NMU Healthcare Center in the Marquette County Health Department. And NMU is now one of 5 schools selected in the state to participate in a new 2026 initiative to improve teacher foundations. Education Preparation Provider Collaborative is a movement to help teachers respond to the evolving needs of upcoming students. The collaborative effort was launched just this morning in partnership with the Michigan Educator Workforce Initiative. The project will be funded $100,000 provided to each institution as part of the effort. The money will be used to create a preparation program through high-quality models to strengthen the talent pipeline within the state during the initiative's 2-year timeline. For more information, visit www.miedworkforce.org.
Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel is reissuing a consumer alert after a newly revealed 2025 cyber incident compromised the personal and medical information of patients connected to Munson Healthcare, a Traverse City-based system serving northern Michigan. The breach occurred through unauthorized access to a third-party electronic health record vendor, Cerner. It exposed sensitive data including names, social security numbers, and medical record details. While the number of affected residents remains unknown, impacted patients are being notified by mail and offered 24 months of free credit monitoring through Experian. Nessel is also renewing her push for stronger state data breach notification laws, urging legislative action to better protect consumers from identity theft and future cyber threats. And churches across Michigan are stepping into the affordable housing crisis, working to build on homes in struggling neighborhoods, while calling on Lansing for greater support. In Battle Creek, Washington Heights United Methodist Church is raising funds to construct 17 homes in one of the city's poorest areas. It's part of a broader effort by faith-based organizations statewide to address a housing shortage that officials say requires roughly 119,000 additional units. Similar church-led projects are underway in communities including Detroit, Grand Rapids, Traverse City, and Charlevoix. Housing affordability has emerged as a growing concern for Michigan residents, and economists say the shortage is limiting workforce growth and wealth building. Advocates argue churches are uniquely positioned to help, but face high construction costs and restrictive zoning rules, prompting calls for new state policies to make faith-based housing development easier. And 2/3 of the country experienced snow, ice, and now record cold this weekend. More than 500,000 homes and businesses are still without power, mostly in the southeast. More than 70 million of us are still under extreme cold warnings. Nicole Valdez is in Nashville with more.
We don't know what to do.
Yeah.
There's no option, really. We're just cold.
In Nashville, Blake Majewski and Cecilia Lavoie are stuck at home with no heat as temperatures in the city drop to single digits.
What are you guys doing to try to stay warm and safe at this point?
Lots of blankets. We have a ceramic pot and a candle underneath it to try to slightly stay warm. That's pretty much all we have.
They, like thousands of others, lost heat on Sunday. Heavy ice snapped trees and took down power lines. This one collapsed on their home. Officials had to shut down this Tennessee interstate when a semi-truck slid into a pole, sending this road sign crashing down. Ice remains a serious problem in Mississippi, too.
This is insane. It's never been this bad here, I don't think.
A large tree split this trailer home in two in Culkin, trapping a young child and their mother inside. More than 100,000 people in the state are still without electricity.
Every time one of the utility companies and power companies gets a large group back online, we have another tree fall or we have another limb fall.
On Ole Miss's campus, trees encased in ice make a pretty but dangerous scene. Our Katie Weiss was there.
It just looks like a tornado came through our town.
An ice tornado.
Yes, an ice tornado.
The winter storm blitzed through the Northeast too. Pittsburgh suffered its second worst snowstorm in 30 years. The city's mayor declared a state of emergency. Driving there, even more dangerous after more than a third of the city's snowplows broke down.
And it's going to be another hectic day at the airports across the South and East, with already more than 1,000 flights canceled. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says flights should return to a normal schedule by tomorrow. Nicole Valdez, CBS News, Nashville.
Now don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with your weather and statewide news after this short break.
In this episode, actor Lizzie Kaplan and comedian Hassan Minaj uncover their roots. That is your great-grandfather arriving in the United States of America.
Does this say he had $3?
Yep. Have you ever seen that photo?
No.
They had elephants.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
I think it's cool.
To know that we have a connection to that is pretty epic.
That's crazy. I keep saying that, but it's crazy. It's crazy.
And welcome back to Public Eye News. My name's Elijah, and I'm going to be taking you through the weather today. Looking at our roof cam, it seems that clouds have slowly moved over campus with the squalls of winds coming off of Lake Superior, so that sun's going to go away probably for a little bit for the next couple days. Looking at our current temps around the UP, it is mostly cloudy all over the UP. The sun's peeking out just a couple sections, and snow is starting to accumulate on our edges. In Houghton, it is 8 degrees out, Ironwood 3, Iron Mountain 6 degrees, Menominee 10 degrees. Moving over to the other side of our lovely Upper Peninsula, Escanaba is 10 degrees, Manistique 13, Sault Ste. Marie a balming 14 degrees, and back in our lovely Marquette 5 degrees. Looking further into our current conditions, the squalls of winds coming off Lake Superior are coming from the northwest at 17 miles per hour, and our barometric pressure is 29.93 inches and falling. Looking towards tonight's conditions, snow is going to start at some point here, not sure entirely when. Lows of 3 degrees, winds coming out of the west at 15 miles per hour, and our moon phase is going to be a waxing gibbous. Tomorrow, snows are going to continue with a high of 9 degrees, a low of 0, and those squalls are still going to be continuing with coming out of the northwest at 15 miles per hour. Looking further into our week, snow is going to continue through Thursday and Friday with the sun just starting to poke out and overcome those clouds on Saturday. The high for Thursday is 10 degrees, low of 3. Friday is a high of 15, low of 10, and Saturday a balmy 20 degrees, that's the high, and the low of 8. That's all I have for weather. Now back to the desk.
Thanks for that weather update, Elijah. Now let's look into some statewide news. Michigan has seen an increase in wrong-way road crashes, but new wrong-way detection systems are helping decrease this trend. In Grand Rapids, Michigan, U.S. Highway 131, according to Michigan State transportation officials, has seen an over 50% decrease in wrong-way crashes since the implementation of these detection systems. Posted on top of already in place wrong way or do not enter signage, the technology alerts drivers with flashing lights. The technology also has a camera system and immediately notifies police. This busy stretch of highway has avoided 61% of drivers even entering the wrong way, according to the Michigan Department of Transportation. This technology can soon be expected in areas of Metro Detroit. Secretary Jocelyn Benson has named the Michigan Collegiate Student Advisory Task Force for the 2026 cycle in its fourth overall iteration. The students, a part of the task force, will aid voter education and engagement on campuses across the state. With the task force help, Michigan is third in the nation for young voter turnout. In 2024, with 58% casting a ballot, jumping 4 points ahead from the vote in 2020. NMU's very own Naya Caldwell, a political science major planning to graduate in 2027, has been selected as one of 23 students to represent higher education in northern Michigan. For more information about voting, visit mi.gov/vote. And the new American version of TikTok is already under scrutiny after some users accuse the app of suppressing anti-ICE and anti-Trump content. Now California's governor says he's launching an investigation into the complaints.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is taking aim at the popular social media app, TikTok. Writing on X, "It's time to investigate. I am launching a review into whether TikTok is violating state law by censoring Trump-critical content." The Democrat said some users had complained they were barred from posting the phrase Epstein.
This is going to be American operated all the way.
It comes just days after ByteDance, TikTok's Chinese owner, said it had finalized a deal to set up a majority U.S.-owned joint venture that will secure U.S. data and avoid a ban here in the U.S. But since the announcement, users say they have noticed a change.
TikTok is now censoring our content a lot more now.
TikTok USA is broken.
What in the is going on with my FYP?
Over the weekend, TikTok users reported seeing the same videos repeating on their For You page, some content not displaying, and new posts getting 0 views. Other users also accused the app of censorship, claiming videos critical of ICE and the recent killing of Alex Preddy was what caused the difficulties to post.
We are posting factual, political information, and they are censoring our content.
But TikTok denied those claims and says the glitches users experienced were due to a power outage at a U.S. data center. In a statement, they said, quote, "We've publicly confirmed we're having ongoing technical issues impacting all U.S. users. It would be inaccurate to report that this is anything but the technical issues we've publicly confirmed."
Now, it's important to note that this deal for the U.S. portion of TikTok was just finalized last week, so it will likely take some time for any real changes to flow through to the app. Kelly O'Grady, CBS News, New York.
We'll be back with your sports breakdown after this short break. Stay tuned.
Many don't know Elie Wiesel.
Writer, teacher, activist, Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel never let anyone forget what happened.
Everything died in Auschwitz. The idea of God, the image of God changed.
Elie's story, told with his own voice.
I write to bear witness.
On American Masters.
Tuesday night at 9 on WNMU TV.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Spencer Schnartz here with your sports recap. Michigan's men's basketball is set for a massive week, sitting number 3 in the latest AP Top 25 poll as Big Ten play heats up. The Wolverines open with a big home matchup against number 7 Nebraska, a team coming in hot behind Price Stanford's 22-point performance in their last win. Then it's rivalry time as Michigan heads to face Michigan State, who is coming off a dominant 91-48 win over Maryland, jumping out early and controlling that game from start to finish. The Spartans look locked in, playing with confidence, and they'll be ready for that matchup. Big week for Michigan, even bigger opportunity for Michigan State. Switching over to NMU news, Wildcat fans, what a statement win. Northern Michigan went into Houghton and took down number 19 Michigan Tech 3-2 in a huge road performance. Senior Matthew Argentina delivered 2 massive goals, including the go-ahead score, and freshman goaltender Oliver Ashton was outstanding with 42 saves. The Wildcats battled all night, blocked shots, and earned every second of that victory. Now the momentum shifts back home. NMU returns to the Berry this Friday at 7:07 for a matchup with Benjamin State. Fans can also bid on game-worn Green Shield jerseys during the game, with in-person bidding open until the third period. Big win, big opportunity. Berry needs to bring the noise. NMU women's track and field turned in an impressive performance this weekend in Whitewater, Wisconsin, competing in the Carl Schletter Invitational. The Wildcats came away with 6 total event wins, showing strength across sprints, distance, and field events. Crystal Walker had a standout meet, winning both the 60-meter hurdles and the long jump. Beverly Harper claimed first place in the 600 meters, while Lana Mack earned the win in the 800 meters. Lamar Gordon added another victory by taking the mile. The Wildcats also delivered strong team performances, winning both the 4x200 and the 4x400 relays. Northern Michigan is back in action this Friday at Jets Pizza Invite in the University Center. That's all I have for sports. Back to the desk.
Thanks for that sport update. But that seems to be all the time we have for Public Eye News today. I'm Summer Starrett.
I'm Dylan Dubé.
We'll see you tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.